tonight to tell you a very strange story. A story so strange that no one will believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, look at Kong, the eighth wonder of the world.
Welcome back, folks, to the eighth wonder of the world. Today we are looking at a prime example of a rushed sequel. We are looking at 1933's Son of Kong. King Kong was such a huge success in 1933 that RKO immediately wanted a sequel. So they brought back Ernest B. Schoedsack to direct. The screenplay this time was done by Schoedsack's wife, Ruth Rose, who made no attempt at a serious story as she knew this film would not measure up to the original, and she was proven right. Kong's son was called Kiko in the pre-production, but that name was never used in the movie or any of the publicity materials. The film picks up 1 month after the events of the original film. Carl Denham, once again played by Robert Armstrong, is being sued left and right for the damages caused by Kong's rampage through the city. He meets up with Captain Englehorn, the ship's captain from the original film, who's also having a little bit of financial trouble of his own. They learn about a lost diamond that's on Skull Island and decide to make another little trip to get this diamond. However, Englehorn is running on a skeleton crew, so they need to make a quick stop. They stop at a little vacation spot with a little circus run by an old drunk, and his daughter Helene, played by Helen Mack, who becomes Denham's love interest in the film. And there's also John Hellstrom, the guy who sold Denham the map in the first movie. He's very weaselly and is kind of the main antagonist of the film. Then, in a drunken rage, Hellstrom ends up murdering Helene's father by burning him to death in the fire. They eventually set sail, but Hellstrom causes a mutiny on the ship, and Charlie, Denham, Englehorn, and Helene are all thrown off to the side. Hellstrom thinks he's in charge now, but he has another think coming. So he's tossed overboard by the crew, who decide to go captainless from this day forward. They eventually make their way to the island, but they're not welcomed because the natives are still not happy about Kong destroying their village. And you know what? They're completely in the right here. They find another way around, and they eventually find a little Kong, Kong's son. Feeling bad for basically making little Kong an orphan, Denham decides to make amends by helping him escape the quicksand. After that, little Kong decides to accompany them, and they end up being chased by a giant bear, which leads to one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And this leads to an epic brawl between a young gorilla and a black bear. I mean, seriously, how can you go wrong with this? It's like a wrestling match, people. And we also have a little fight with a dragon-like creature, which is also awesome. I mean, we get 2 epic fights in one movie. That's amazing. And we eventually find the diamond, and it looks like everyone's troubles are finally over. And of course, no villain in any movie can go unpunished, so Hellstrom gets his just desserts by being eaten by this plesiosaur-type creature. But then the island starts to crumble and shake itself apart and sink like the lost continent of Atlantis. And in one of the saddest scenes of the movie, little Kong, who's unable to free himself from the trap of the island, sacrifices himself to keep Denham afloat and get him to the boat in time. And the film ends with them all on a boat back to New York, and of course, Denham and Helene end up together. This film, of course, is not very well remembered. Is it the first movie? No. But it's very entertaining in its own right, and it's a good time, no alcohol required. I'll see you all next time.